Are you or someone you love an avid quilter? Meet the Ready, Set, Go Ultimate Fabric Cutting System. This fabric cutter takes the strain out of fabric cutting, meaning less chance of injury and better quilts made faster. The Ultimate Fabric Cutting System includes the Go, our innovative fabric cutter with an easy-to-turn handle that makes cutting fabric safer, faster, and more accurate. This 15-pound fabric cutter has a carrying handle and folding mechanism, so it's portable and easy to store. The Ready, Set, Go also includes the Go Cube Mix and Match 8-inch block, which features 8 dies of commonly used geometric shapes and the corresponding cutting mat. The Go Cube Mix and Match system has endless pattern possibilities, but it comes with a 16-page pattern book with 2 quilt patterns to get you started. We like to say the Ready, Set, Go is the ultimate fabric cutting system because it truly comes with everything you need. That includes our Go Strip Cutter 2.5-inch, which finishes to a 2-inch finish strip, a corresponding cutting mat to make cutting binding strips easier than ever. We've even included a die pick to make die maintenance painless. To help quilters feel confident on their quilting journey, we've also included the Go Cube Mix and Match blocks and quilt pattern book by Eleanor Burns. It's packed with tips and tricks in addition to inspiration. Look at some of the beautiful projects you can create with this ultimate fabric cutting system. At AccuQuilt, we want to spread the joy of quilting to all, and the Go makes cutting fabric easier than traditional scissors or rotary cutting. AccuQuilt, because cutting time means quilting more. Ultimate fabric cutting experience, you need the Go Big in your sewing space. This all-electric fabric cutter is hands-free, making it the cutter for those with physical limitations. The Go Big is safe, easy to use, and is compatible with every die in our Go collection. That's more than 250 dies. The wide opening allows you to run 2 6-inch wide dies through at once, upping your efficiency and lowering your cutting time. Though it's our widest Go cutter, the Go Big is still portable and features a handle to make it easy to store or travel with. When you buy the Go Big electric starter set, you get the Go Big fabric cutter, the 3x6-inch finish Go Flying Geese die, a cutting mat, and 5 fabulous patterns. Look at some of these beautiful projects you can create with a Go Big. The Go Big has all the perks of AccuQuilt's amazing Go product line with none of the manual work. Don't give up your quilting craft. Go big. AccuQuilt, because cutting time means quilting more.
Quilters, welcome to AccuQuilt Live. I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert. Hey, thanks so much for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. My good friend Christine is in the house. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
Good. You getting ready to go on vacation?
Yes.
Yes.
It's like 3 days away.
Yeah, I know. She's counting the days. You already packed, right?
Yeah, I'm already packed.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. It'll be fun. Leslie's going to be here next week while you're gone, right? She'll be joining us here in the studio. Okay, where is everyone watching from? Sue is watching from Wichita, Kansas. And Carol Beckham is watching from Michigan and Maryland, all sorts of people. We're glad you're here today. All right, quilters, let's take a minute to look at some of the personal projects in our intro video. There were some amazing ones. Okay, first of all, ODK, we don't care about the quilt. That is the cutest baby ever. So dang cute. So dang cute. You should, just so cute. But the tumblers, the black. Christina, have you made a tumbler quilt?
I have made a tumbler.
That was one of your first ones,
yes,
like mine?
Yep.
Yeah, one of my first ones. So that big 6-inch tumbler is perfect for baby quilts. Look how cute that is. All right, next we have Seiler House Sewing. Okay, Christina, what do you love about this?
I love that it feels very three-dimensional. Like
It
feels
does,
it's
like
popping
that,
off.
not twisted, right? And what am I making today? Crossroads die, there we go. Has that same option where you can make things look like it goes underneath.
Yes, definitely.
So cute. All right, and finally we have this fun project by Sue. Flamingos for days.
So cute.
They are. I do love our flamingo die.
Yes, it's adorable.
It's darling. Good job, quilters. Don't forget, quilters, you can share your projects with us on our Facebook page, and we'll include them in our intro video. All right, today we're talking about the Crossroads die, so we think of traveling and moving. So here is the picture of the day. Christina, do you know what this is?
It's Antarctica, correct?
It is Antarctica. So I have a travel bucket list, and Antarctica is like in the top 5 places I really, really want to go. Because here's why, Christina. I feel like soon they're going to like shut it down.
Yeah, try to preserve it.
So I really want to get there before they shut it down.
I think it's already very limited to what you can do.
It is. We have friends that have run a marathon on every continent.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? Okay, I can't even drive 26.2 miles. Every continent, including Antarctica.
Wow.
So they flew into Argentina. Oh, geography, not my strong suit. And then took a plane into Antarctica, and everything they took in, they had to bring out.
Sure.
And they went in December, and it was actually warmer by 3 degrees than it was here in Omaha.
That doesn't surprise me.
But Mark said it was great because they like ran and little penguins were there and stuff, and you just did a loop.
Yeah.
So,
fun.
okay, so where's your bucket list place to go?
Probably either Iceland or like the Netherlands, like to Amsterdam.
Amsterdam is so pretty.
No, I love the
But more
canals.
importantly,
the
there's
boats.
beautiful cheese in Amsterdam.
Yep. And like the tulip festivals and stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Here in the Dream Studio, people wanted to go to Thailand and Ireland and Alaska. So in the comment sections today, the question of the day is, what place do you want to visit? What's on your travel bucket list, since we're talking about the Crossroads die? All right, today is Wednesday, so we always have a great deal for you today. Today, the code, the promo is 25% off your order, straight across the board. There's a couple exceptions, right? They're on our website. But the code you want to use is LIVE25, L-I-V-E-25. So a great day to stock up on cubes and cutters and dies and mats, all of those
Yeah.
things.
Great day to get that go big too.
Yep, 25% off.
Yeah. So
all
it's
of that.
only, you'd save $150 on it.
And we're going to ship it to you free.
I know.
Okay, so LIVE25 is the code. So today we're talking about the Crossroads die. So we actually have a bundle for you today. So the Crossroads die makes what size finished block, Christina?
9 inches.
9-inch finished block. So we have this great bundle that includes the Crossroads die, the 6x24 mat, because it's on a smaller die, and the setting triangles, the 9-inch finished setting triangles, and a 10x24 mat. So Christina, how much is that?
It is $179.
Yep, and so the savings like $72.
Oh yeah, it's regularly $250.
Yeah, and we're going to ship it to you free. So if you've been kind of waiting, this is our die to try for the month of August. So we have limited amounts.
Yes.
Today is the day to get one. So get that bundle, because then you get the setting triangles, because this is actually a super cool block that goes on point. It just looks so different. I really like it, okay? And today, I'm going to give away one of our Die to Try Crossroads die. Be sure and share our video in your personal Facebook page for a chance to win. Christina's going to announce the winner at the end of our show.
Yes.
And it's summer, Christina, so we have a second giveaway, right?
Yep.
We are giving away a rotary cutting mat and a rotary cutter to help you with your sub cutting. So be sure and share for the chance to win. Hey, quilters, we know that school has started. There's so many moms doing a happy dance. Just saying. It's the most wonderful time of the year. But many states are back to mask mandates. Here in Nebraska, some of the public schools are requiring masks. AccuQuilt has a variety of face mask dies, okay? And are those part of the 25% off?
They sure are.
They are. So stick one in your cart and make you some face masks, okay? So let me talk about our newest bob die. It is called the Go Crossroads die, and it is the die to try for the month of August. And since it's a die to try, Christina, right, we have limited supplies, right, yep, so that we can get them in. So today's the day, make sure you get that bundle. Mm-hmm. It's a really fun, easy block to put together. And actually it is really perfect for someone who's new to AccuQuilt, maybe new to quilting. It kind of looks a little complicated, but we're gonna go through all the pieces, okay? So this is the Crossroads die. And I have to tell you, I have really been inspired by some of the patterns that we have here at AccuQuilt, the free patterns, because they're just so pretty. So this die is a bob die, which stands for block on board, which means what, Christina?
All of the pieces that you need for a single block are on one die board.
Right, so it's different than the cube where you would get a variety of, of dies to make your block. Now, it's on a 6x24 die board, so it's gonna fit through all of our Go cutters, including our Go Me and our Go Big, and even the studio cutter with the appropriate adapter. You wanna make sure that you have the 6x24 mat, okay? Don't try to use your 10x24 mat. What happens there?
Oh, it'll get all wobbly and it'll shift and your fabric won't cut right. You'll be angry.
It's just wonky, so just make sure you have the appropriate size mat. Okay, so this die has 5 distinct shapes that would be difficult to cut by hand, especially, look at these tiny little quarter square triangles. Holy smokes.
They're so small.
And then D, this is a pentagon shape. Look at that. It's the first time we've ever had a die with a pentagon. And this is kind of like our signature block. So shapes C, D, and E have specialized dog ears so that those pieces will all fit together. Don't forget, AccuQuilt always builds in that 1/4 inch seam allowance, so everything works together perfectly. And the great thing is, on our packaging, there's a pattern, right, Christina?
Yep, there sure is.
Yep, so every time. Christina does some of our packaging. Did you do the packaging for this die?
I didn't, this one wasn't me.
Oh, who did our packaging?
Oh, I think either Chelsea or Joe Ray, I'm not sure.
Okay.
We take turns.
Oh, they do, okay. I tell Christina every time she does packaging, she said, send it home to her mom, right? So she can put it on the fridge. Okay, so let's lay out our fabric for this. So here is the block. Don't look, that's for later, it's a secret, okay? So here is our Crossroads block. So it's just 3 colors, but you could totally make it scrappy, you could totally make it whatever colors are gonna make your heart happy, okay? Now, this is shape A right here. You just need 1, but you're gonna need 3 of each of these colors, okay? There's 2 on the die board. And then this is shape C, this little, it looks kind of like our signature block. D is that pentagon, and then E are the little 1/4 square triangles that fit on either side. So if you follow the package instructions, it will tell you how to sub-cut your fabric, okay? So I have some here already done. So remember, you can always cut 6 layers of good cotton, but you can also cut flannel, felt, denim, wool, cork, minky, all of those things. Start with 1 or 2 of those thicker fabrics. You want the lengthwise grain to travel parallel to the blades. So the label is here on the die. I like to tell you that the lengthwise grain is parallel to that label at your belly, okay? That way you can get a nice clean cut. All right, so here's my shape E, and I'm just gonna put my pieces over. And shape D, I followed the instructions on how to subcut it. Shape C, shape A, look at that. Now, this is kind of cool. We need a total of 4 of each color, okay? Listen, AccuQuilt did the math, so you don't have to. 3 colors, 4, so there's 2 on a die board. So I took 3 colors and I folded it in half, and then I will have enough, okay? All right, so Christina, while I cut this, tell me where do people want to go?
Let's see. Willow says Norway is on their bucket list.
Oh, Norway is on my bucket list. My people are from Norway.
Carol says, I want to do a river cruise through the Netherlands.
Oh my gosh, people have great aspirations.
Nancy says, I want to come see you all in Omaha.
When their quarantine is lifted,
Yes.
come and see us.
Yes,
We'd
our
love to have you.
offices are still closed to tours just so that we can keep our warehouse staff safe and stuff like that. So
Yep.
hopefully soon we'll open back up to
Yeah,
tours.
and our live team's safe. Yeah, we want to make sure everybody's safe. Where else?
Let's see. Elizabeth says Killarney National Park.
Okay.
I don't know where that is. I don't know
don't.
if I said that correctly either.
Okay.
And Mary says most of my ancestors are from Scotland, mainly in the Highlands, so I would love to visit there.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. All right, I used my Go Big. How come, Christina?
Because we can.
Yes, I can. All right, so my die ran through. Static is built up. Boy, it is hot and humid outside in Nebraska today. So I'm gonna just give it a little love and slide that mat off, okay? Before I show you the pieces, don't forget to join Lynn and Eric and I on Tuesday, August 24th, as we mix things up using the cube system. Be sure and register in the link below. Christina, why do they want to register?
Because that's how we pick our winners. So all of the folks that register, we just put all those emails into a big random generator, and that's how they get picked out.
Yeah, every time you say that, I can think of like the little balls like in bingo.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I think that we should have one of those. Let's get one of those for the Dream Studio.
Okay.
Okay, so I love the spring colors that I made here of this block. They're kind of fun, but you could totally change up your colorway. You could do fall colors. You could do red, white, and blue for the 4th of July. And changing colors are really easy using our free tutorial at AccuQuilt.com called Go Quilt. It has thousands of patterns, including this one, to help you personalize your projects, okay? All right, so now the pieces are cut. Let's pull back our fabric and do the little ta-da moment here, right? The big reveal. Here we go.
Look at those. So easy.
I know, look at that. And look at these little quarter square triangles. Okay, cutting those by hand would just be such a
Oh, I would chop a finger off
I
for
just
sure.
can't even imagine. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, quilters, is we want to lay out our block. How come we want to lay it out, Christina?
So you don't goof it up.
So we don't goof it up.
There was a question about that pentagon shape.
Yes.
From the camera angle, it kind of looked like it was one big shape. Can you just pull those aside to see? Look, there's your little pentagon.
Little pentagons.
Yep, there's 2 on the die board.
There are 2 on the die board. Okay? All right, because you need a couple of them for the blocks here. Okay, so the corners are going to be, these look like X's. Okay? And then I have some finished for us. And then this is kind of cool. Okay, so this is why we practice. So you want the outside stripe to match the center color of your signature block. And then you want the inside to match your pentagon. There's a process, okay? So don't get all willy-nilly here, okay? And then this, and then this, okay? And we're just gonna lay them all out. Christina, while I laid out, will you tell us where people wanna go?
Yes, let's see. Kathy says, I want to do the Christmas markets in Poland, Prague, and Germany.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so fun.
It's delightful.
Yes.
Let's see. Nancy says an Alaskan cruise is on their list.
Yes, I do love Alaska. We were talking about Alaska earlier.
Pamela says a Disney cruise is on their list.
Okay, my brother and his family go on Disney cruises all the time,
Really?
at least twice a year. Yeah, it's their thing.
Fun.
Yeah.
Sue says when it's safe and able, she'd love to go to Ireland and Paris.
Oh, both good choices. Okay. Okay.
Jenny says Mount Rushmore.
Oh, we've been to Mount Rushmore. Have you been?
I have not.
It's close. You know, it's not so far.
Isn't it like 6 hours?
Okay, well, kind of close.
I also say that, but I'm going to be in a car for 18 hours next week. So
Yeah, yeah. You don't get to complain about that.
6 hours will feel like nothing.
Yes. Okay, so while I do this, I want to show you this, quilters. Okay? So here's our pentagon shape. And in your quilting head, I'm going to press this for 1 second here because my fabric was kind of... yeah, I drove to California last week. And yeah, last week in like 4 days, 3 days I drove there. Okay, now, this is shape E, and it goes on the outside of that pentagram. And so here's what happens to me all the time. I think, how does that go? This is how it goes, and let me show you why. Okay? Now, in your quilting head, you're going to say, Pam, that does not work. But the reality is it does, because watch this. The minute you flip it over, ta-da. So this is that 1/4 inch seam from here to here, okay? So what I do is, now that I've laid it out and I know what I'm doing here, I do them all like that because it works better. Okay, and I'm only gonna do 2 of them because I have 2 sewn. Okay, and then I make sure, right sides together. Okay, because in your quilting head, you're gonna think you're gonna do that differently. And I want you to know, the first time when I was testing this die, I must have sewn that piece together wrong, I don't know, 6 times. In fact, yesterday, I sewed it together wrong. Okay, all right. So this is that shape D and E, okay? So we're gonna just sew some of this together, all right? All right, so now I'm gonna move this here and we're gonna do some chain piecing. Quilters, it is super important that you make sure you have a good 1/4 inch seam here because it's such a small piece that if you sew it wrong, it's gonna mess up the whole thing, the whole darn thing. Okay.
We get asked pretty frequently if you use a true 1/4 inch seam or a scant, and always that true.
Always that true 1/4 inch seam. Yep. Okay. But this is kind of a fun little block for chain piecing. So, okay. And when you sew it, the point goes through your sewing machine. Okay. Ask me how I know. Okay. All right, Christina, while I'm sewing, tell us where people want to go.
Bonnie wants to go to Fiji or Tahiti.
Oh, Bonnie, I would go to either one of those places with you.
Jan says, I would love to do a Viking cruise.
To where?
A Viking cruise.
Oh, yes.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, you don't see Vikings.
No. Weird that.
I'm just saying.
Twyla says Canary Island.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure where that is either.
They speak French in the Canary Islands.
Ooh.
Is that right, people?
That sounds
You're in the Dream
delightful.
Studio. Somebody will know that. Okay. All right, don't forget today's promo, Live 25, take 25% off your order. Some exceptions apply, but it's okay, you can do it.
Ooh, Kristen says, I just want to go back to an expo again, like the quilting expos.
Oh, yes.
Says, but in my dream list, I would go to either Paris or London.
Oh, yeah.
Good times.
So when I was in Paris, it had the worst air quality in the world.
Oh, great.
Yeah, like more than like Hong Kong and stuff. And so when you walked around Paris, it like made your head hurt because the air quality was so bad. And it was weird because it was like in the spring. So I don't know.
I was there in like May of 2011, so it's been a long time ago, but
Yeah.
I don't remember too much. It's been too long.
I know.
And we were there for a literal weekend.
Oh, yeah, we were only there a couple of days. Yeah. Okay, don't forget to share because I'm going to give away one of our newest die to try is the Crossroads die. And we're also giving away a rotary cutter and a mat. Okay, oh, I have 2 more. There's all my pieces. I was like, where are all my pieces? They're on the other side. And this is truly the part that takes the longest, is to do these little pentagons.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're just bitty.
They're so tiny, but it would be so hard to cut those by hand.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
No.
No, I would not do it.
Like I said, I'd probably cut my finger off.
Yes. Yes. Okay, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to do a few of these. So just hang with me. We're just going to chain piece for days while you're doing stuff.
Ruth says she would go to Greece.
Okay, I think Greece sounds lovely.
Diana says the Isle of Capri.
Oh, there you go.
Would also do that. Susan says Italy or Australia are on her bucket list.
Okay, it takes so long to get to Australia. I'm not sure. I mean, it's on my bucket list, but I don't know.
Isn't that like a straight 24-hour flight?
Yeah,
Just the whole time?
yeah. I feel like that's one of those where you use your points and fly first class.
Yes, absolutely. Like even the flight to London for me was like 14 hours, and I was like, I don't know.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Okay, so now I'm doing the little sections, I don't know, B, I guess these are. And I'm just chain piecing because I laid them out in the correct order. I don't know how many people were here last time when I was trying to do things in order, but sometimes that doesn't work. Okay.
Ashley says Bora Bora's on her list.
Bora Bora. That sounds so exotic.
Yes.
That sounds so exotic. I just need to get to Hawaii. It's the last state I've not been to.
A couple people have said Hawaii is on their list.
Oh, good. We should all just go together. Holy smokes, I tell you. So my latest thing is, I have, okay, I'm just cutting up my pieces, okay? Then I'm gonna press. So these I'm not gonna press just yet. I'm just gonna sew the blue section to them, okay? And I'm not gonna press these either. So hang on just a sec. Yeah, it's the last day to been. So I learned the other day that in the world, there are 4 beaches that have green sand. And the sand is like some crazy, I don't know, something that's only found in 4 places. So one of those places is Hawaii. So if you are going to Kona, go to the green beach. And then the other 3 places are, you'll laugh when I tell you this, hold on here. Guam, which, okay, I looked it up. Guam is so far away. It's like 24 hours. You have to stop in Korea before you go to Guam.
Oh, see, my geography is so bad, I could not point to Guam on a map.
Yeah.
Which is probably really pitiful.
It's actually probably best that way. Okay, so look, see, I sewed some on the left and some on the right, but it's okay. I got them all here. And I'm just going to do the other side. And the reason I'm going to do that is when I press it out, then it just presses so much easier. Then there's a green beach in Norway and the Galapagos Islands.
There you go.
So, okay, that's like a huge bucket list. Okay, now look what I'm doing. I'm laying these out so I know how they go. Make sure the fabric is facing up. This is the only part you really have to think about. The rest of it, you just sew it. It's pretty fun.
Ooh, Pam, Holly says there's a Hawaiian quilt show in 2022.
What?
There you go.
Let's go. Really? I think that would be fascinating because I feel like the fabric in Hawaii. Okay, listen, if you live in Hawaii, tell us if the fabric there is different than in the contiguous U.S.
There was, someone had asked earlier if whenever they travel, if like they were asking the group if like anyone brings home fabric when they travel.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. When I went to London, every time I went to London, I brought fabric home from
I
the
bet.
UK. Yep. And, okay, now look at this, quilters. Hold on. See? I knew I turned them the wrong direction. They're all the right ones. Okay? Don't get all frustrated, just do them. They'll be fine. Yeah, I always do. Always, always, always. Which is kind of fun.
Oh, I bet. Especially
Right?
because I feel like the material's a little different, the patterns could be different.
Yep. Yep.
There's definitely designers
And
that are international.
They sell it by different, they sell it by the meter in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So for me, that was kind of fun. So there's the top. Okay, I don't need to do these last 4 because I have some. Okay. I have some already made. All right. All right, so here I am. I'm just chain piecing again, quilters. Just make sure that it comes together. And I like to sew from the end to the middle. That way I get a good 1/4 inch seam.
Ooh, a couple folks are saying fly to Hawaii and then fly to places like Guam or like Australia.
Right.
And it's then you got Hawaii off
Then
your
you're
bucket
like
list.
halfway there, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll work on that. One day when I was, you know, because it's COVID and you have nothing else to do but, you know, be on your computer.
And so.
I checked like this little Delta flight to see how much all of that would be if I flew first class. Because if I'm going to Guam, quilters, I am flying first class.
Oh, yeah.
And it was way more than I would ever spend ever on anything. So.
Oh, Kim said, I definitely brought home fabric from Hawaii, had to buy a suitcase to pack it in and had to check the bag.
Okay, that's awesome.
That's what happened to me when I went to London. I didn't come home with fabric, but I came home with so much stuff that I had to buy another bag.
Yeah, yeah. Back in the day, I traveled to UK for work, and I did live shows on Create and Craft Television, and our team. Okay, cereal in the UK is like stupid expensive.
Cereal, like breakfast cereal?
Like Lucky Charms is
Okay.
like $4 a box or $5 a box in the UK, where you can buy it, $2.49 at Walmart, kind of thing. So when I went to the UK, I would just always ask them what cereal did they want, and I would bring them candy because it was like Valentine's Day when I went one time, and it was Easter time, and it was Halloween time, because like they don't get all the candy that we do here in the States.
We don't get all the candy they do either.
Right. So I'm checking in my bag at good old Delta, and the lady said, "Oh, Mrs. Heller, your suitcase is a pound over," but they didn't care because they didn't care. And I said, "Okay, full disclosure, it has 14 pounds of candy and it has cereal in it." And they're like, "Oh, okay." Okay, now look, I'm going to just sew these. Everybody just hang with us. Don't forget to use that code LIVE25 today. Christina, how much is our Go Big with that discount?
The Go Big is $4.49.
Yep, and we'll ship it to you free.
And you could get things like, so since the Crossroads finishes at 9 inches, you could get something like the 9-inch cube to go with it.
Oh, yes, I'm going to show you some samples of that.
Yes, that's on sale as well.
Oh, wow. And so how much is our cube?
$172.
And the companion sets, if you're getting cubes, you might as well get companions.
Yeah, especially when they're all on sale. Those are $104 today.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so that cube would for sure ship free if you live in the contiguous U.S.
Yes.
I love it. So look at how easy this is to just chain piece. The little pentagon shapes, you just got to pay attention, folks. Just saying, quilters. Watch something you've already seen. Don't watch something new and you have to pay attention. Okay.
Ooh, some folks are saying they've brought home, Cynthia says, I bring fabric home from Africa. The colors are beautiful and there's a lot of different colors.
Oh, yeah.
I bet so. That'd be beautiful.
Yeah. I made a quilt for Oakley of half square triangles out of fat quarters that I got in the UK.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Okay, now I've sewn some of my pieces together. Okay, so here, I'm going to press these real quick open so you can see how they lay nice and flat. And then I'm going to sew this section up here so you can see, because it really is a fun little block to put together. You just want to make sure that you're doing it in the right order. Pay attention, okay? There we go. I do love these little colors. Christine, if you were making this, what colors would you make?
Ooh, I feel like I would make it, this is a cliche answer, but I would probably make it like Halloween-y themed.
Oh yes, no, I totally get the Halloween thing.
The shape I feel like could really lend itself, especially the quilt behind you, could really look like a spider web.
Oh.
That's what I see when I look over there.
Yes.
So that's probably what I would do.
Oh, that is brilliant. Yes, you're correct. Christina and Leslie and I are all the big Halloween fans. Erica does Halloween.
My my Instagram feed has been a lot of sponsored fabric posts, like company posts, and it's all been the Halloween fabric. And I've clicked on it multiple times, put them in my cart, and then decided to wait, but...
Listen,
There was
life
such a-
short, buy the fabric.
I saw such a cute one that was like, it was like a pale pink background with little ghosts on it.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
So cute.
I need to, my Halloween stash has kind of gone a little bit by the wayside. So I could actually do this so you could see me doing this. Okay, so look, now I'm just pressing away towards the little shape ease.
Ooh, Nancy wants to know, does Oakley get a new quilt every month?
Not every month,
Just the ones with big holidays.
often. Yeah, she does. She's, you know, it's funny. She, back in the day, she would just take whatever quilt I made for her. And now she has opinions,
Oh.
like on fabric and stuff. And so when she's at the house, like she's coming over this weekend, she has opinions. She'll go through my stash and she'll say, oh, Lola, I like this fabric. Will you make me a quilt out of this fabric?
There we go.
Yeah, so she has opinions. But back in the day when she was little, oh my word. I think before she was 1, she had a dozen quilts.
Oh. I love that.
Life's short, make the quilt. Well, you know, kid quilts, little crib quilts are small.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so you can pretty much just, you know, put them together.
So when she gets older and needs like a queen size one, then it'll be tougher.
Yeah, and she has a bunch on her bed and stuff, so. But I haven't made Oakley quilts, oh gosh, in 3 or 4 months. I know. That really sounds bad when I say it like that.
That's okay.
She's so funny. She loves the pickle dish die.
Yeah, the monster die.
Calls it the monster die. She's down for that. Okay. So now I've made all my little pentagon shapes. I'm going to move this here for a minute and turn off my machine. Okay, so here's how this works. This is super slick. Okay. So see how the red matches the red and the blue matches the blue. Okay. So we're going to go here and do this really quick. Okay. And I'm just going to sew 2 of these together so you can see, because I actually have 2 that I've already sewn. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just take them like this. And look, we have those specialized dog ears. So everything lines up perfectly. Okay, so I'm just going to lay it right here. Look at that. Lines up perfectly. Now, the lovely Erica, in honor of her, I'm going to pin this just to make sure. Those little pieces sometimes move.
Probably fly around.
Yep. All right, lay it down. All of those kind of things.
Ooh, Cynthia says she loves your color choice. It's very nautical.
Thank you. I do like it. Okay. Okay. All right, and again, we're just going to sew, and then I'm going to show you something that we don't usually do here on a Wednesday. We're going to just go a little rogue. Already the marketing team is listening going, what?
I'm going a little what?
We're going a little
I don't
rogue.
know what you're talking about.
Christina's all stressed about that. Okay, hold on. I pinned it and then it got stuck. See, Erica? Shouldn't pin.
Ooh, that's a great suggestion. Sherry says Oakley could take all of her crib quilts and sew them together to make one large memory quilt later.
Oh, yeah.
That's so cute.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. She has discovered, because I have fabric that she can cut and sew with, she has discovered that there is better fabric. Yeah, she's all over that.
Comes back to having opinions now.
Yes, she does. She has little opinions about it. Okay, so here's my little pieces. Okay. All right, and I'm going to press towards this little, I keep calling it a signature block shape. That's kind of what I'm calling it. Okay, look how good that lines up. Listen, this is such an easy, if you can sew a 1/4 inch seam, boy, you can just do that. You can just make this block. Okay, so now I'm just going to press. Christina, I see you ordered your shovel iron today.
I did finally.
Good job. Good job.
I need it. I am so tired of having tiny blocks and trying to use my ginormous iron.
Yes.
It just doesn't work.
Yes. It's like, okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and because I sewed a 1/4 inch seam, these are all going to line up straight. Okay. All right, so give me 1 second here. Okay, Christina Wise, so tell us where people want to go.
Peggy says, I want to take a quilt tour here in the U.S.
Oh, that would be fun.
That'd be really fun. Let's see.
I was going to do a quilt tour on a boat right before COVID hit. That made me sad that I didn't
Yeah.
get to go on a boat.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks in the comments talking about their trips that got canceled, things like that. We'll get there.
We will. Leslie was going to go to Spain, but instead she went to the Grand Canyon.
Yep, she'd mentioned that.
Yeah, or South Dakota. She went to the Badlands. That's a national park, yes?
Yep.
See, look at us going to national parks and not even knowing it.
I think we're driving through the Badlands on our way to Montana.
Oh, there you go.
I think. I don't know. I'm not in charge. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna
Are
be
you
in the
just
car.
in charge of like reading and having snacks?
Yep. I'm just gonna sew in the back seat and sit there for many, many, many hours.
Sweet. Okay, look at all my strings here. Okay, so here we go, folks. You ready? Okay, I'm gonna show you this. Okay. So now, these are gonna fit just like this. Look at how cool this is. I do love this block, okay? All right? So then this is gonna fit right here. These are ones I've already sewn. Thought I sewed them wrong, but I didn't. Okay? So there's my block. Okay, now I'm going to sew a little bit more for just 1 second to show you how to match these up. But I want to show you something. So a couple of weeks ago, in fact, we see this a lot in our comments section, don't we, Christina, about, hey, I own a cutter and I own some dies and I'm scared.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. Open that thing up.
Open it up right now. We'll wait. Okay, open it up. And here's what I tell quilters. I say, take some fabric from your stash or your scraps, because one, I know you have both of them. Okay, and I'm going to show you today how to, I'm just going to lay some fabric here on these two shapes, all right? So what I did was I literally went to the scrap bag here at AccuQuilt, okay? And this was just some pieces that I want to do, okay? So what you want to do is find that lengthwise grain. So look, nice and tight. Look at the stretch. That's the bias edge. Okay, here, it's probably easier if I do it here. Nice and tight. This is that lengthwise grain, okay? And I'm just gonna lay it over shapey. Now, if I'm just testing a die for the very first time, I don't really worry about, you know, what the fabric looks like. I don't usually cut it down. I just take, so, you know, this will fit over here, okay? And then this is gonna do for shape D. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Look, nice and tight. Lots of stretch. High and tight is right.
I think the big intimidation factor of trying this for the first time is that someone sees like the quilt behind me and they're like, oh, I don't know how to do that with my dies. Just start and sew some pieces together.
Just start.
Cut some stuff.
When you get this die or any other die, just pick two shapes that work together that you're gonna sew together. Okay? So I picked these two shapes. I just totally used scraps. Okay? And I'm just gonna run it through my cutter. You have to have a mat, because Christina, what happens if you try to use the die without a mat?
Not a darn thing.
Not a darn thing.
Nothing.
Okay? And I think the intimidation factor is, oh, I'm gonna cut fabric wrong.
Right.
Okay, quilters,
And you might.
know you've cut fabric wrong your whole life.
Right. And you might do it wrong the first time. That's why you
Yes.
practice. You just try it. Just try something out with some scraps.
Yep.
I know the first time I did it, I don't think I had it covering. I fan folded, but I don't think I had it like covered enough. So there was little chunks taken out, and I was like, okay, well that was practice fabric. Let's try again.
Right. And just pick two shapes and practice cutting it out.
Yeah.
So look at this. Look how fast. They're not gonna look great together, but look how fast I cut it. Sometimes quilters, maybe you don't put the mat over all the shape and it doesn't cut right. Take some fabric you don't love and practice. Open up those cutters. Today, if you have a cutter you have never opened, I want you to go and open it up.
Yes, this is your sign.
This is your sign, yes.
Go get it.
We're waiting for it. This is for us telling you how to do that, okay? Find some fabric that's scrap fabric or from your stash that you don't love anymore and just practice cutting, okay? And then once you've cut some pieces, do like I just did here and practice sewing your pieces together. Okay, sometimes quilters, you don't get that 1/4 inch seam right. Sometimes you're trying to figure out the dog ear. Just take a breath, okay? All right? All right, so now I'm gonna talk about this shape here. I'll start from the bottom. Okay. So now these 3 shapes are gonna get sewn together. So here's what you wanna do. So see right here, these are gonna line up. All right, there's a 1/4 inch seam allowance that's built in there. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to take my fabric, and this time I really am gonna pin, because as I go through at that 1/4 inch, I wanna make sure it lines up on the other side. See right there, the blues are gonna line up, okay? So I'm gonna just take my pin and line it up here, and then that way when I sew my shape together, it's gonna come and it's gonna match like it does in here, okay? Now, quilters, think how hard it would be to cut the shapes by hand.
They're so tiny.
Those tiny little 1/4 square triangles, that pentagon shape, I just can't even imagine, okay? So the AccuQuilt system is not only is it fast, 90% faster, but it's gonna be accurate every single time. And Christina, how many cuts do we get out of a die?
Oh, thousands.
Thousands of
Goodness.
cuts.
Yeah, they never need sharpening. You just
Nope.
need to replace that cutting mat.
Yep. That, when it stops cutting cleanly, that's when you need to replace your mat. We have a pincushion die. Okay, so look at right here. Look at how that lined up perfectly. That's because I pinned. Erica would be pleased. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side.
Oh, there's some lovely comments. Barbara says it was 8 months before I opened my Go Big. I wouldn't trade it for anything now.
See, follow Barbara's example. Don't wait 8 months.
Jennifer says, please open it and try it. There's no failure in quilting, only orphan blocks that become pot holders or pin cushions.
Yes. Yes.
Love that.
I love that. Okay, so today's your day, quilters. And here's what we would love to see. We would love to see your unboxing pictures.
Yeah.
Boy, if you have a Ready, Set, Go or a Go Big and you've never used it, today's that day, boy. Just take some pictures of it and post it on our Facebook page, and we're going to share it with the world. You're going to be rock stars. Okay?
Ooh, Pam says, this block is going on my wish list.
Yeah, this is a great block.
Better get it soon. This is our die of the
Yes, die to try. We have limited quantities.
Yes, limited quantity. So if you want it, it's a good day while it's on sale.
Yep. Okay, and get that bundle with the setting triangle. So
Yes.
again, look how it came together perfectly. All right. Holy smokes, made sure I sewed that together right. Okay, so you would continue to sew the rows together, right? You would sew the solid section together, and you would sew this together, and then here is your ta-da. Ta-da. There we go. Your finished block, okay? Now you need to make a total of 25 blocks to make the pattern on the packaging, okay? But depending on what you want to make, you can make different amounts of blocks. Don't forget to join Lynn and Erica and I on Tuesday, August 24th, as we mix things up using the cube system. Be sure and register. Why do they want to register, Christina?
Because that's how we pick our winner for the Tuesday
That's
show.
how we pick our winners. We give stuff away all the time. And tell us about our blog. What's about our blog?
Yeah, so there's blog posts that have exclusive patterns that you can only get there. Our go-getters write beautiful lists about like fabric organization. There's Halloween stuff coming up soon.
Okay.
It's a good time.
So make sure you can sign up and get notifications when the blog goes live.
Right on that page, there's a link in the comments. So right on that page, there's a section on the right where you can put in your email address and you can have it deliver as soon as one comes out. You can have like a digest once a week, that kind of thing.
Yes, it's great. Erica and Caden and our team do a great job writing our blog.
Definitely.
Okay, so quilters, the Go Crossroads die makes a 9-inch finished block. So think about pairing it with the 9-inch cube, which Christina, how much is it on sale today?
It is $172.
Oh my goodness, okay. So I'm gonna show you some ideas of blocks that we made, okay. So here's a block that I made with the 9-inch cube. So look at how fun that is. Okay, oh, sorry, 6-inch cube. Let's talk about this for a minute. You can make 9-inch blocks, you can use 6-inch cube, because you can make all sorts of different sizes of blocks with your cube system. Okay, so look at this. So if you don't have the 6-inch cube, it's built on a 2x2 grid. So this is a 3x3 grid, all right? So you could use your 9-inch cube and make blocks. You could use your 6-inch cube and make blocks. Look at that one, I like the star one. Okay, this is super fun. Okay, look at how fun those blocks are. So think outside the box with your cube, All right. Don't forget to use that code LIVE25 to get 25% off your order.
Ooh, there's a great question. So this bob is on sale today too. It's not part of the Live 25, but it's on its own sale, which is better than 25% off.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
Yeah, that
It is better.
That kind of snuck through. So if you go to AccuQuilt.com/die-to-try, which we'll put that link in the comments, it's on its own sale.
Right. Okay, so the bundle today, so you can get the bundle, put it in your cart. It will already discount for you. Then, when you get your other things like the 6-inch cube and the 9-inch cube or a Go Big, add those to your cart. Use the code LIVE25 and it will take 25% off those eligible items.
Yes,
Is that right?
Exactly. Yep.
Oh my goodness, today's the day. All right, Christina, do you have a winner?
I sure do.
You have two?
I do. 2 winners.
All right, let's announce our first winner is...
All right, so the winner of the die is, drum roll please. Oh, and I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. Wendy Werner.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Wendy.
All right, and then the winner of our cutting set is, and another one, I apologize, Dottie Semich.
Okay, Dottie, congratulations. Okay. All right, somebody from our marketing team is going to reach out to you and they will send you our product today. I'm super excited about it. All right, quilters, next week, we talk about the blog. Next week, I'm going to showcase the Go version of the Snail's Trail die, and I'm going to make a super cute pattern that was one of the patterns on our AccuQuilt blog.
Yes.
It's called Marbled Snail's Trail, and it's so fun.
Yep, so Pam will teach you how to put together that snail's trail block, and we'll link you to that blog so you can go there and see how to make it.
Yep. And it finishes to an 8-inch block, and you're going to use the 8-inch companion angles. So if you already own the 8-inch cube, today's a great day at 25%, live 25 to get those companion angles.
Definitely.
All right, quilters, on behalf of our entire team, we have Nick upstairs, and Morgan's on PTO, so Karen's coming for her. We also have Leslie off-site. Here in the studio with me, I have Greg and Brock and Justin and Joe and my good friend Christina. I am Pam Heller, reminding you that at AccuQuilt we help you cut time so you can quilt more. Have a great day.